Good morning, everybody. It's Stephanie Kakris here with my weekly Wealth and Abundance Energy reading for the 24th of February to the 1st of March 2020. So every Monday morning I hop onto Facebook and I go live and I choose some cards from a few oracle decks that I have, and I talk about I tune in and I ask the universe, what messages do the people watching this need to hear for the week, and what's going on energetically for us to tune into, and just to help us to understand what's going on and to help us to become in alignment with the global energies so that we can understand, I guess, and be prepared with our personal energy for what's happening in the week. As human beings, we love to be able to understand what's happening, what's going on, what's happening, and when there's kind of an explanation for it, even if it all feels a little bit weird, it helps us to relax into it and just go with it. So that's my intention for these readings. Hi, Marinda. Really nice to see you and have you join me live. For those of you who don't know me, if there's anyone that's watching for the first time, I love working with people who have a really big vision, who perhaps are in a sphere of influence and need someone by their side to be their confidant, to be their spiritual advisor, to be someone they can completely trust, and to help them to navigate this life and their mission and their vision. And something that I really love to do and that I'm really good at as well is holding the space for people to just be who they are, give themselves permission to be who they are, and do life in their own way, because I believe that that's the best gift that we can offer the world, is to do life the way we want to do it and in our own way, and not worrying about what anyone else says or thinks about the way we should be running our businesses, the way we should be parenting, the way we should be doing our lives. And it's with this philosophy in mind that I created these parenting oracle cards, because I'm so passionate about everyone being an individual in this world, and our children being individuals and therefore needing individual parenting and individual care, and not to have a blanket philosophy of parenting or teaching or education that is good for everyone. It doesn't matter what it is. Nothing works for everyone. Everyone's an individual, and if I were to get on my soapbox and rant about something, this is what I would rant about, is that we're all individuals, that we've all got our own strengths and weaknesses, that we've all got our own fears, our own passions, and that we need to understand that nothing else suits our personal energy sequence but what we feel aligned to be doing. And that's what I want to give you permission, is to do what you feel aligned to be doing, and not worry about what anyone else thinks or what works for anyone else or what anyone else advises you, but to listen to your own heart and listen to your own guides. And that's why I'm so passionate about what it is that I do, because I never, ever, ever tell anyone what to do. It's all about encouraging them to live by their own internal compass and their own guide. So I created this deck of oracle cards for parents to help them to really tune into their higher wisdom about what it is that their children need. And of course, it's not just for children, it's for all of us, because that's what we all need to be doing. And let's face it, we're all grown up children. Hi, Michelle. Hi, Trace. How you going? So the cards that came up for this week are so interesting. I'll just go through them and then I'll speak as we go. So the first card is the Assertiveness card. And this says, I understand it is okay to express anger, but not okay to be aggressive or abusive. So the message that I'm getting from this card is a sense of fierceness and a sense of passion about sharing your message with the world, about caring about a cause that's really close to your heart. And this week the energy is right for you to be taking action and for you to be sharing your message with a bit of passion and with with assertiveness. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. You know, I think that because we've in our culture, we confuse assertiveness and passion with anger, because we see anger as being destructive. And so when we get that fire inside of us in order to share what we're feeling, we often tone it down because we're scared that it will turn into anger, and we associate anger with violence and with abuse. But anger is actually a really, really positive emotion, and it's what helps us. It helps, it's an active emotion, and it helps get us into movement and get us into passion and get us into whatever it is that we're here to do, whatever it is that we want to change. So allow the anger to bubble up this week. If you're feeling like it feels like a negative kind of anger, like it's like an awful, ugly kind of anger, then release it in an active way. So go for a run or a bike ride, or do an energetic class. Do some yelling, listen to some loud music, scream out the words, the lyrics. Very much, I feel like my personal opinion is that the best way to release anger is to physically release it. For some people, journaling can work as well, where you just let the universe have it. Imagine that you've got someone in front of you who's just going to sit without judgment and just write to them everything that you're feeling and all the anger that's come inside of you, so that you can come back to a really healthy assertiveness energy to share with what you want, to share and to do what you need to do. So the second card that came up, which made me smile, is the Carefree card. So it says, every once in a while, I enjoy a lazy day where I leave my to-do list on the table and be carefree with my family. So I thought this was really interesting, that the first card that came up was the Assertiveness card, which has so much strength and so much energy, and it's that feistiness, it's that fiery energy. And then the complete opposite is the Carefree card, which has come up, which is also about, almost the complete opposite. It's about having no schedule. It's about not caring about anything. It's about just absolutely going with the flow. And in these times, these energetic times, where we're dissolving the duality. So we're dissolving the right and the wrong, and the left and the right, and we're trying to come into oneness. I believe that these two cards, although they are the complete opposite, are encouraging us to simultaneously feel at peace and carefree, and to have no agenda, as at the same time we can be feisty and passionate as well. So if you're kind of feeling, one day you're feeling one way and one day you're feeling another way, and you're thinking, this is really odd, how can I be feeling this even simultaneously? Then know that that's perfectly okay, and that we can feel both things simultaneously, that we can be in fear and in love at the same time, that we can be in carefree and in feistiness at the same time, and that's perfectly normal. And I want you to really have an awareness about that this week, that we can have both, and that we can compartmentalize it as well. We can compartmentalize our lives into some of it being carefree and some of it being feisty and causing anger, but we can also simultaneously hold those two, what seem to be opposites, about the same thing. And for me it's also about feeling angry about the bad, so-called bad, negative things that are happening in the world, but also having a peace and a serenity that everything is perfect, and that these so-called bad things might be coming up to the surface, so that we can heal them, and so that we can move into the 5D peace, more peace and harmony on the planet. So the third card that came up, I chose two cards from Sandra Ann Taylor's Energy Oracle deck, which is just a beautiful deck. So the card that came up was the Yin and Yang card, which made me laugh, and it came up in reverse. So this card is yin when it's upright, and it's the yang energy when it's in reverse. And it's also number 22, which is my daughter's birthday. So she turned 11, and as I look at the clock, I see that it's 11:11. So my daughter turned 11 on Saturday, which was the 22nd of the 2nd, and of course it's 2020, so we've got all the twos coming up. And then I was most amused to choose the 22 card, which is the yin and yang, which exactly clarifies the yin and the yang of the two cards that I chose from my own deck. So this came up in reverse, which is about taking action. So the energy this week is about taking aligned action. And when you're feeling that feistiness and you're feeling that alignment and you're feeling that carefreeness, to take the action, and to you know, it's a week for doing. And then the fourth card that came up is the Angel of Love card. So this is a reminder that no matter what we do this week, no matter what action we take, no matter how we're feeling, no matter how much feistiness we have, anger, carefreeness, all the feels, that the Angel of Love is always watching over us, and that no matter what we do, that we're always coming from a place of love. So if you're sharing your message, if you feel like you need to speak up this week against some cause, or speak up for yourself, tell someone that you're not liking the way they're treating you, or you're not liking the way they behave, or if you've got boundaries that you need to enforce, that you always do it from a place of love, and not from a place of combativeness and fear and ego. So that's the Angel of Love card. So if you've got any questions, or you want to, if you've got any questions you want to ask, please hop in and ask them for the week. If you've got anything that you're not clear about what I said, I'll come back later if you're not watching on live, if you're watching the replay, and I'll be more than happy to answer them as best I can. So Michelle's saying, just shared an article today about the power of emotions on our DNA and environment, supported by science. We can learn to harness the charge of our emotion to change our environment. Absolutely, that is really powerful. You know, we're you know, with oneness, we're always in a dance with our environment and with us, and we impact our environment impacts us. And if you think about the infinity symbol, then I think about, you know, the infinity symbol going through me and then out to my environment and then back through me. And when I say my environment, I mean every person on the planet and really the entire universe. And so whatever I feel, everyone else feels, whatever everyone else and every other being and star and planet and galaxy and everything, whatever's happening for them is also happening for me as well. So you know, there's always this infinity, and we're impacting our environment's impacting us. And so yeah, it's something to keep aware of. Alicia's saying she just drew the consistency card out from my deck. Cool. So Michelle's saying, fantastic, taking the passion of our feisty energy to call forth our abundance. Taking some time out to just be carefree, then taking actions in positive ways from a place of love within. Great steps for transmutation. That's a beautiful summary of the card reading from today. Thank you so much, Michelle. So I wish you all a wonderful week. And if you're watching the replay, hop on and put hashtag replay and say hello and let me know that you're watching. And if you feel like there's anyone that you know that could benefit from this video, tag them or share it out. I'd love to get the message far and wide. Have a great week, everyone, and reach out if you need any support as always, and I'll catch you again next week. Bye for now.